Hello everyone, I'm Yin Huang from Ecom K11. Today is my honor to share my ongoing work to you. The topic we want to share is a framework for measuring the knowledge diffusion impact of interdisciplinary research. Our co-author includes Wolfgang Granger, Baptiste, and Lin Zhang. Nowadays, we come across more and more challenging work that cannot be solved by a small group for a single discipline, such as COVID-19, is not only a medical task, but also a complex social problem. Facing such kinds of problems require wide cooperation among research from different fields. Therefore, interdisciplinary research have attracted wide attention in the past few years. Our current ongoing project is about the interdisciplinarity and the impact, and we attempt to address the following questions. What is the discipline, and what is the idea? And how to measure the interdisciplinarity of idea, and how to measure the impact for the different dimensions, and what are the relationships between the interdisciplinarity and the impact. What is idea? Different people may have different answers. One of the most broadly accepted definitions of idea is set forth in US National Academy report. Here, we don't want to propose a new one, we just to follow it. But what we want to highlight is the idea not only focused on the knowledge integration, but also care about whether it provides a broader scope solution. Then we come to the idea management. Based on the most current studies, the main research directions are concluded as follows: the cognitive perspective, the organization perspective, and the policy perspective. The detailed idea management indicators are classified into diversity and coherence. Compared to the coherence, the diversity indicator become more and more popular, especially the one that generates the variety, balance, and the disparity at the same time. Now we come to interdisciplinarity impact. When we discuss the impact, the first one that comes to our mind is academic impact, including the productivity, the citations, as well as the H-index. In recent years, more and more researchers pay attention to the social impact of a research, which can be measured by the usage, saved, mentioned, and discussed, and so on. When we go back to the idea, one of the most important issues is to trace whether the research produced the interdisciplinarity impact. The most direct way to trace the impact is to use the size of the mapping. It can be so the number of the fields covered by the citing papers. It's an easy way, but it cannot offer too many detailed information. In order to solve these problems, several researchers proposed an indicator called the forward citation diversity, which is consistent with the log story 3-factor diversity models. The diffusion score captures not only the variety and the balance, but also the disparity among the citing papers. Compared to size of the mapping, the forward citation diversity (FCD) indeed provides more information. But do you think it's good enough to fully describe the interdisciplinarity impact? Here we give an example. This is a publication that has been cited by 3 papers. Based on the formula of the forward citation diversity and the similarity matrix, the FCD value is 0.2478. These are 2 publications that share the same citing papers, so they should have the same FCD value as well as the same diffusion impact. But when we considerate the category of the original papers, the situation will challenge our previous conclusion. If the paper is a chemistry paper that diffusion knowledge to the other field, is different for the paper from the biology field that diffusion of knowledge to other fields. If this is a law paper, the difference is easier to understand. Based on this observation, we proposed a new formula to calculate the impact. Here, N is the number of the citing papers. The PCI is the proportion of the category I in the source publication. The PFJ denotes the proportion of category J in citing publications. And the DRSIJ refers to the distance between the category I and J. We apply our formula to different situations. In this case, these two papers are cited by the same single category. If we use the FCD indicator, the value are 0. That means these two papers have no diffusion impact. But based on our formula, they have produced the different impacts. For these two situations, in the previous FCD indicator, they are totally different. But we think these two papers produce the same impact because both of them have no diffusion knowledge to the actual category. For these two cases, the FCD formula and our formula produce the same result. For these two cases, they share the same FCD value, but different IDR value. The case presented in this page is the same with the previous ones. They have the same FCD value, but different IDR value. And then we construct more complicated situations to test our formulas. And more and more complicated situation. Now we can do a brief summary. In the FCD of IDI, fail to fully track the interdisciplinary diffusion impact of IDR. However, combining these two dimensions become a potential solutions. So we provide a schematic representation of this twofold perspective. Each of the parts in the network represents a paper. The middle one represents the source paper, and the three ones are the citing papers. Each shape refers to the category of the given paper. Then we can divide the combination of impact and diversity into 4 groups. The high IDI and high FCD means a research deliver knowledge to a distant and diverse field. The high IDI but low FCD means a research deliver knowledge to distant but limited field. Low IDI but high FCD means a research deliver knowledge to a adjacent but diverse field. The low IDI and low FCD means a research deliver knowledge to a adjacent but a limited field. We select some prize award winner as the case study. The comparison of different indicators are shown in the tables. We can see that some winners' work has been cited by a diverse field and have produced broader impact, but some have not yet. Their works are more focused on with limited categories. Now we can do our conclusion part. Knowledge diffusion is a dynamic process compared to knowledge integration. Because citation to a set of published documents can be continuously changing. Therefore, exploring the dynamic evolution of knowledge diffusion, particularly across different fields, can help us better understanding the idea and its impacts. Compared to the academic impact and the social impact mentioned in the previous studies, the combination of FCD and IDI can provide a comprehensive scope to understand the broader impact, especially for the IDI that should not only care about the integration of knowledge from two or more disciplines, but also the diffusion of knowledge to solve the complex social problems. Since the diffusion can sort of the integration in reverse, so the IDI indicator can also be used to better to measure the integration. Not only considering the diversity in the citation reference, but also the average distance between the citation reference and the source publications. Even though IDI indicator has provided a potential solution to measure the diffusion impact of IDI, it still have some limitations. The one is the IDI is very sensitive to the classification of the publication. As we know, most of the current classifications are based on journal assignment, rather than based on the real content present in the papers. That means all the papers published in the given journals are classified into the same field. Of course, it's not so reasonable. So a document-based improvement of the subject assignment is very necessary. In our recent work, we attempt to propose models based on the multiple generation reference to deal with problems. We hope we can provide a better formula to measure the IDI as well to measure the impact of the IDI. Here we also attached several recent work related to this topic. If you're interested in them, please feel free to read it. This is our ongoing work. If you have any comments, please feel free to tell us. Thank you for your attention. Please enjoy the conference.